Hello, my name is Beatrix Archer, and I'm a member of Yale College class of 2019. I worked at the gallery for 4 years as a student, as a gallery guide, as a curatorial intern in prints and drawings, and as an education intern in public programs. During my final 2 years, I had the opportunity to work on the exhibition Reckoning with the Incident. In this short talk, I want to elaborate on John Wilson's different approaches to printmaking and drawing in relation to his 1952 mural, turning to archival quotes from the artist, which are read here by his son, Roy Wilson. When walking through Reckoning with the Incident or scrolling through documentation of the exhibition online, it can be easy to view Wilson's lithograph prints as interchangeable with his drawings and sketches. Both media are rendered in black and white and have a similar line and tonal quality. This similarity is because creating a lithograph involves making a drawing on a specially prepared stone and then transferring the image with ink onto paper. Unlike drawing directly on paper, however, this process allows an image to be printed as many times as the artist desires. And even though the lithographic process involves drawing, I would argue that Wilson saw his lithographs as finished products intended for the public eye, rather than preparatory works. In an interview with Carl Fortes, Wilson spoke about his attraction to printmaking.
I create prints because it enables me to make a statement, in black and white usually, and instead of reaching one person with it, I can reach 40 or 50. If I could afford it, I would print them in editions of 1,000. Printmaking simply enables me to reach that many more people. Whether this shakes up the world or whether this makes any kind of real dent in any individual's thinking about the world they live in is something that I don't know. I just like the feeling that I'm reaching and moving that many people by something that was important to me.
In many ways, this statement could also describe the mural that is the subject of this exhibition. Wilson painted his mural in Mexico City in 1952, on an exterior wall of La Esmeralda, the art school where he was enrolled. The mural was visible not only to students and teachers, but also to any members of the public who walked past. Wilson had traveled to Mexico with an interest in the public nature of mural painting and an explicit intent to study with the Mexican muralists, for whom printmaking was also a significant form. Artists working in both mediums focused on the creation and wide dissemination of politically engaged imagery, with central themes often including the exploitation of the poor and working classes, as well as the horrors of U.S. imperialism. While in Mexico, Wilson became involved with El Taller de Gráfica Popular, a printmaking collective that believed, in order to serve the people, art must reflect the social reality of the times and have unity in content and form, a sentiment Wilson later echoed when speaking about his own work. As opposed to the statement created through prints or murals, Wilson saw drawing as a tool for planning and strengthening works like paintings. About drawings, he said the following.
Drawing is one of the fundamental disciplines. It's taking a special area of the language where you deal with black and white and line rather than the whole gamut of things, which is what painting is. And you master this special area. You're able to use this as a means of resolving fundamental problems. So you can manipulate your environment and manipulate the language in a kind of shorthand way, which you can then use as a basis for elaborating into something more profound or elaborate. It's like writing short stories or poems if you're a writer in relationship to a novel, which might be more complex, but before you write the complex thing, you might sit down and write a kind of organized draft of the thing, giving them the main relationships and storyline, etc.
This sentiment rings true for the drawings created for the incident, studies which Wilson used to carefully plan each part of his fresco, reworking details like the hands and feet again and again. These drawings were relatively private. Not only were they in the artist's possession until acquired by Grinnell College in 2001, but as singular works, they can only be seen by the few who have access to them. On the other hand, Wilson's lithograph, titled The Trial, came from an edition of 35 prints, meaning there were 35 copies of the image made. Mother and Child was printed in an edition of 50, and the lithographs The Incident 1 and The Incident 2 both ran in editions of 30. Wilson chose his media deliberately and believed that drawings, paintings, and prints each offered a different approach not only to image making, but also to the way a work would be received. This attention to media and materiality is reflected clearly by the works on view today.